Hello students, how are you? I hope you're all doing good. So in the last class I have already told you that in the next class I am going to finish the chapter. So today we are left with only one topic, that is tornado. So today we will discuss about the tornado, and then we will move on to the question answer, and of course, and finally we will finish this chapter. So let's begin with the tornadoes. What is tornado? Tornado is a kind of, as I told you, that all these phenomena that is happening is all because of the difference in pressure. Difference in pressure between the two regions, and that lead to a natural calamity. Like we say that a cyclone, or beat a cyclone, or beat a tornado or a thunderstorm. See, tornado is not very frequent in India. Generally, this tornado is very much frequent in USA's. The countries of USA face this kind of natural calamity, that is a tornado. Rather, with this in India, we hardly see, or it means we hardly see this kind of natural calamity. Now let's come to what is tornado. Tornado is the dark funnel shaped cloud that reaches from sky to the ground. This is what tornado means. It is like what? It is like a funnel shape, right? This is a funnel shape. Here it is a funnel shape, and this you will see in this a funnel shape, and this is constantly revolving. The wind is constantly revolving, like in the phenomena of a cyclone, where the high pressure, the wind from the high pressure region, or the air from the high pressure region is constantly revolving around what? Revolving around the low pressure region. Similarly, this wind from high pressure region, or air from a high pressure region, it is quite similar to the cyclone. Only thing responsible, the only difference in the thunderstorm and tornado is that the tornado, it is not a like, for what should I say, it may generally happens in land. Cyclone is mainly for the sea, that whenever it reaches land, the cyclone, the strength, or the strength of the violence of the violent nature of the cyclone get weakened. But in this case, the tornado, what happens, that is a wind is constantly, the air from the high pressure regions constantly moving to this region, and it is constantly revolving. It is constantly revolving like this, and inside this is actually low pressure region. It is a low pressure region. It is a low pressure region. Now this low pressure region is so high, means I must say that the region over here is the pressure over here is so low, that whenever anything that comes under this low pressure area it sucked into the air, and it suck it, and actually it blow into the air. মানে কি বলবো, যে যখন কোনো জিনিস যদি এখানে চলে আসে না, anything that comes in this low pressure region, what will happen, the pressure is so low that it suck this, এটাকে টেনে নিয়ে ওপরে এরকম করে ঘুরিয়ে নিয়ে যাবে, means it will like revolve, means এটাকে ঘুরিয়ে নিয়ে যাবে. This is what actually tornado does. This what it now this tornado is sometimes very weak, or sometimes it can be violent. The violent tornadoes are always somewhere, the speed of the violent tornado is somewhere around 150 kilometer per hour, and the diameter of this tornado sometimes is like, it can be small, as I told you that this tornado can be weak and it can be violent. Now it depends upon that how the pressure difference already depends on the pressure. Similarly, the diameter of the tornado, now the diameter means, as you can see this diameter of tornado, it can be sometime small as a meter. Small as a meter means within a meter, it is coming within the meter, or it can be as large as kilometer. That means some tornadoes are so big that we have to calculate with the help of what? We have to take in a kilometer units. That is what this tornado means. For this, now comes to the next one, that is this tornado. As I told you that in this what actually happens, these tornadoes can be violent and can be weak. If it is a weak, it is not that devastating. But if it is a very violent, what is happening if it is violent? That is due to the very low pressure area. As I told you that inside this, it is a very low pressure area. Then due to this low pressure area in it, the funnel of the tornado sucks. The funnel of the tornado sucks everything that comes near it. Everything that comes near it means whatever, as I told you that whatever comes inside this low pressure region, it will suck and it will throw the thing upward. It will throw the things upward. And this, after, when this tornado gets weakened or gets silent, what will happen? Whatever things that has come and come in between this tornado, coming in the path of the tornado, and it has sucked up, that will ultimately, what will happen? As it will get weakened, the things over here which was constantly were thrown upward and was constantly revolving, or whether you say rotating, will finally place down. So see, it can be, means whatever comes in around, means be it house, what should I say, trees, even the trees, it can uproot the trees, it can blow away the houses also, electric poles. So these are the devastating, these are the destruction that are caused due to the tornadoes, as you can see. Now comes to that there is another kind of tornado, that is, now see, tornado is generally found in where? Found in lands. It is a very frequent in land. Very less you can see water. So it is very frequent in land. What if it is found on a sea? It is told that if a tornado forms over sea, if a tornado forms over sea, then we called it as a water sprout. And the phenomena or the nature of this tornado is quite similar to this. Now in this case, that what is coming in between? It is coming, since in the land the sand is revolving, then in the land the sand comes in between, so sand is quite revolving. So you see that it is quite a sand. Then you will see that the dark funnel is nothing but the sand revolving around it or rotating around it. But in this case, you will see that water. Now sea contains only water. There is no land. There is no soil, or there is no sand. So what is happening? If a tornado arises forms over the sea, the water comes. Since it contains water, so water will rise up. Thus the water will rise up, and as a result the water will form a dark funnel. And this funnel will, and inside it will have a low pressure region, and as the things that you see here, the same thing, the nature you will find over there also, that it will contain a low pressure region, and anything that comes inside it will suck up and will rise up and will throw it upwards. So it will throw the water upwards. So when it touches the water of ocean, it sucks water inside. And it throws upward. And what you will see that in that case you will see the dark funnel, the funnel that you have seen in the tornadoes that formed in the land. It is a dark funnel. Here also you will see the enormous dark sea serpents, means like it will be like water, like it's continuously, when instead of dark funnel you will see the water is constantly flowing. That is what happening in the that is what actually happens in the sea. So this is what tornado is. It is what tornado is. Now let's come to the next, that is what are the destruction that is caused by this tornado. Now comes to the destruction caused by the tornado. See, destruction, of course, as you have seen that we have discussed in what are the destruction caused in a cyclone. Similarly, the destruction caused in a when these tornadoes are very violent, when these tornadoes are very violent, that it will cause a destruction. And what are the destruction? The tornado causes a damage due to its high speed wind, due to the high speed wind. Similarly, as similar to that of the cyclone, due to the high speed wind of the cyclone leads to the damage. Similarly, the tornado face the damages. Tornado also damage the thing due to its high speed wind. It uproots the trees, electric poles, house, disrupt the power supply and telecommunication. And it leaves the people or vehicles off the ground. Means whatever that comes inside this, as I told you, this is a funnel, and whatever that comes in between in this region, that means in the low pressure region or the outskirts of the low pressure region, it will suck inside, and then what will happen, it will throw these things upward, and these things, you will see, these things is constantly rotating around this, around this. So this is this leave the peoples and the vehicles off the ground. And when this tornado is not situated only a particular region, it is constantly moving. So it is moving like this, and it is getting weakened. So when it gets weakened, whatever the things that has come in between and it is thrown upward will come to a rest, and you will see the debris. These are called debris. These debris will be present something meters away from where it has sucked. Now this may lead to the death of the people. Yes, sometimes may lead to the death of the people. Suppose if anything that comes in between, as some human beings, be it a human or an animal, whenever anything that comes in this will suck this. So whenever it is sucking, this may constantly revolving, may lead to the death of the people. So these are the destruction caused by the tornadoes. Now comes to the next point, now comes to the second, that is what is happening, that is what protection should we take during these tornadoes. Now the protections are, that to protect yourself, you should remain outside. This is the safest thing that you can do at the moment, that it's better to stay inside. And and get yourself under the table. So as a result, what will happen, suppose this tornado has gotten weakened or becoming silent, is getting silent or getting weak. So what will happen, so it will the things that it has thrown upward will come down. So what will happen, these things can be heavier. It is not like it can be truck, it can be electric pole, it can be trees. So bigger things, that it can be means massive things can be it can be massive things. So these massive things, when falling onto the ground, this may lead to the death of the people. So it is better that so it's better to stay inside the house and inside the table. Cover yourself inside a table or a cupboard, so that the debris that has carried by the tornado doesn't hurt you. What it is, it shouldn't hurt you. So protect yourself from tornado. Take a shelter in a room situated deep inside or underground, having no windows. Take a shelter in a room, or better to say underground. You will see in a movies, you have seen in a movies that most of the movies in American or Hollywood movies, they have a basement inside their house. Basement means there is another, means they have a like, what should I say, that means basement means underground. This is a ground, inside there is suppose this is a house. So they have a 2-floor house, but inside also you will find there is another basement. This is a basement, means below ground level there is also another room. So, and this room does not inside a room which having no window. So this is, you will see the basement. So this room underground. So whenever this tornado occurs, it's better to take a shelter in a room or underground or a basement where there is no window. And it is also better that if you take a shelter inside a cupboard or under the table, so that the debris does not reach you, doesn't hurt you. The debris carried by the carried by tornado do not hurt you. Do not hurt you. So these are the basic reason. These are the reason why you should take a shelter below the cupboards or below inside the room or a room. So these are the protection that we can take, or the safety measures that we can take to protect ourselves from the tornado. So we have already finished this topic. That is the topic that we have led, as I told you, that is tornado, and this was the last topic of the chapter. Now one more important thing that I want to tell you, that is that about the anemometer. I think it is anemometer. Let me check once. Anemometer. Sorry, anemometer. Now see, as you in all the three topics, be it wind, thunderstorm, cyclone or a tornadoes, what was a major important thing that played a role? That was windstorm. Windstorm played an important role in all these cases and all this natural calamity. So it is better that we should measure the wind speed, and by measuring the wind speed we can even predict any calamity like a cyclone. How this weather forecasting or weather forecasting tells us that a cyclone is formed. Okay, it can be visible to the satellite also, but another thing that also, or it going to hit us, or how it is telling that it going to hit us, it is by this the one important thing is that by measuring the wind speed. So therefore it is important to measure. Therefore it is important to measure the wind speed to predict any calamity, and predict the calamity like what? Calamity like cyclone, thunderstorm. Okay, tornadoes are not infrequent in India, but at least for the other countries, all they face this kind of calamities. So wind speed, so it is better to measure the wind speed. So how can we measure? There is a instrument. The instrument which help us to measure is called, the instrument that helps to measure the wind speed is actually what? Is anemometer. So anemometer is a device or an instrument that helps us to measure the wind speed. So this is so we have ultimately reached the end of the chapter. We have finished the chapter, and in the next class, and now we will discuss about the NCERT question and the question related to this windstorm and cyclone. Till then, have a nice day.